All right, number 9. Number 9's a bit of work. It's a combination question, so let's just make sure we can see all the different parts. First off, we know that BE is 20, so I'm going to first highlight that. BE is equal to 20. So the question does say on your quiz, assume that lines which appear to be diameters are actual diameters. That's actually a diameter. So, because it goes from one side of the circle, passes through the center to another side of the circle. So this is our diameter. Okay, so our goal right here is to find the measure of DAF. DAF. So the measure of DAF, which is pretty apparent right here, would just be the 49 degrees and the 66 degrees. Because if that's 66, that's 66 right there, just based off how the angles are contained. Alright, so just to make sure you don't do it wrong, just add 66 and 49. I know there's a glare. Get 115 degrees. So you put 115 right here. Sector. So it wants to know the sector of DF. So the sector of DF is going to be that, which we just found, which is 115. Remember the formula for a sector is this. A sector is equal to pi r squared times the measure of the arc divided by 360 for the circle. Okay, we got an issue. We have a diameter. So in order to get half of it to get it to be a radius, so that's 20, just divide it by 2. Remember, our radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. So our goal is to plug this 20 in. I'm just doing it so you have a visual of what I'm doing. Therefore, our radius is equal to 10. So we're going to plug this radius into here. And then we're going to plug in this arc measure right here. There's nothing else you have to do. You just plug everything in as is. So we get a sector is equal to pi, use 3.14159 for it, times 10. It's just units, so we're just going to square it, times 115 degrees divided by 360. So right here, we're just going to multiply it across, but the first thing you should do is the 10 squared. Because remember, a sector, I don't know if you remember this, let me see if I have another color I've been using. A sector, we'll just find the area of not the entire circle, but of just this. How much pizza will that cover of this? So how much area will that cover from here to here? Okay? So let's just multiply this across and let's find that sector. Okay? I'm going to cover that up and use the calculator. First do 10 times 10. Then I'm going to do times 3.14159 times 115. And just press equals. If you're on the other calculator, you just divide the entire thing by 360. Make sure it's the entire thing. And since there is a lot of calculator steps, I am going to redo it. 100.35 units squared. I'm not going to even include that. Just going to check it. 10 squared times 3.14159 times 115, then divided by 360. Looks like it's right. So our answer for our sector is going to be 100.35.